You live in a town of 21,000 people. It's the kind of town where the courthouse clock has kept time over Paint Street since 1867, where you know the woman at the pharmacy counter by name, where the hills fold in around the valley like cupped hands. Chillicothe is old, the first capital of Ohio, a town that has survived fires and floods and the closings of mills. You were raised to believe you know it, every street, every face. But now you have already watched something move into your town that you don't fully understand. It came quietly in the 1990s, in pill bottles first, then in needles in this century. The papers call it the opioid epidemic. You call it by the names of people you went to school with. You have watched neighbors, daughters, honor roll kids, softball players, young mothers hollow out year by year until some of them ended out on Bridge Street after dark, doing what addiction demands. The town looks away from those folks. It has got good at looking away, and that, you will understand later, is exactly what made it possible. In May of 2014, Charlotte Trego disappears. You might have known her. She's 27, a mother of 2 little girls. With a wide smile her family will later put on flyers. She struggled with addiction. Most people in her life knew that. She was last seen on Western Avenue, and then she simply wasn't anywhere at all. No calls to her mother, which was unlike her. No sightings, nothing. A grown woman with a hard life goes quiet, and the machinery of attention barely turns. That's the ugly truth you'll reckon with later. But her mother knows. Mothers always know. That same month, Tameka Lynch stops answering her phone. 30 years old, a mother of 3. 3 weeks later, canoeists on Paint Creek out near Bainbridge find her on a sandbar. The coroner points to drugs. Her family points to everything that doesn't add up. 2 women, 1 month, 1 small town. You tell yourself what everyone tells themselves. A coincidence. A tragedy of the epidemic. These things happen now. In November, Wanda Lemons vanishes. 37, 5 children. She talked about leaving town with a trucker she'd met, and then she was gone. Last seen on November 3rd, and never seen again. Her mother starts a search that will consume the rest of her life. Then comes Christmas. Shasta Himelrick is 20 years old. On the day after Christmas, her car is found abandoned by the Higbee Road Bridge, out where the Scioto runs dark and slow between the winter fields. For a week, the whole town holds its breath. Volunteers walking the riverbanks in the cold. Dogs, boats, prayers on Facebook. On January 2nd, they pull her from the river. The ruling comes back. Suicide. Her family does not believe it. Half the town doesn't either. You hear it everywhere that winter. At the gas station, in the church parking lot, over kitchen tables. That makes 4. 4 women, 8 months, 1 zip code. This is when the fear stops being private. You feel a change in the spring of 2015. The missing posters have multiplied on the utility poles, laminated now because the families have learned that rain ruins them. Women you know start carrying pepper spray. Mothers who were never once asked about their daughter's addictions are suddenly on the evening news, saying the same thing in different words. She was a person. She was loved. Somebody knows something. In May, Claytor is found near Masseyville, just south of town. 38 years old, a mother, funny and tough, loved fiercely by the people who knew her. There is no ambiguity this time, no debate about overdose or suicide. She's been shot, murdered and left by an abandoned building, as if whoever did it wasn't even worried about being caught. And before your town can even absorb that, Tiffany Sayre, 26, a young mother described by her family as someone who lit up rooms, stops calling home. She'd been working the motels along Bridge Street. Weeks later, in the next county over, near Cave Road, searchers find her wrapped in a sheet in a creek bed. 6 women now, 6 mothers, 6 mothers' daughters. And the word your town has been whispering for a year finally gets said out loud on CNN, on the national news, with your courthouse in the background at the shot. Serial killer. The summer of 2015 is the strangest season of your life. Satellite trucks idle on Paint Street where the farmers market sets up. A task force forms, city police, the sheriff, the state, the FBI. Tips flood in by the hundreds. You hear every theory, and so does everyone else. That it's one man hunting women no one will miss. That it's a trafficking ring moving through the truck stops. That it's connected to a drifter named Neil Falls, killed that July by a woman in West Virginia who fought for her life and won. A man found with restraints and a shovel in his car and a list of names. For a few weeks, your whole town is certain that was him, that it's over. But no link to your 6 is ever confirmed. The certainty dissolves and the fear stays. There is one measure of justice. For Claytor, there is an arrest, a trial, and a conviction. A local man sentenced to decades, though he insists to the end it wasn't him, and questions still hang over who else was there that night. The prosecutors never tie him to the others. Whatever happened to Charlotte, Tameka, Wanda, Shasta, and Tiffany, his conviction doesn't answer it. And then slowly the trucks leave. The country moves on to the next story your town doesn't get to. It's been more than 10 years now. Charlotte Trego has never been found. Wanda Lemons hasn't been found either. Their mothers still keep porch lights on, still take calls from podcasters and detectives, still flinch every time a farmer's plow or hunter's dog turns up bones somewhere in the valley. It has happened more than once, and each time, 2 families wait by the phone to learn if the waiting is over. It never has been. You still drive past the places, the bridge on Higbee Road, Creek at Bainbridge, Bridge Street at dusk, when the motel signs flicker on. And you'll understand now what you couldn't have understood before it happened, that the women weren't taken from some other town, some other kind of place. They were taken from yours. They were at the Kroger and the county fair and the school pickup line. And when they became easy to overlook, someone was watching who counted on exactly that. 6 women, 5 cases still open. Somebody knows something. In a town of 21,000 people, somebody always does. Maybe it's you. If you have any information about the disappearances or deaths, no matter how small it seems, no matter how many years have passed, please come forward and talk to the Chillicothe Police Department. You can reach them at area code 740-773-1191. It's never too late to bring someone closure or to bring someone home.